Ish. Sweet. Okay. Okay, cool. So what we're doing today is, as you can read on the board here, we got. It'll be actually. One second. How is your shoulder feeling?
From that last injury or soreness, it seems to be back. You know what I determined that it was? It's when I do this range of motion, this backwards,
Yep.
and especially if I have weight on it. There were a few times in the night when I would slide my hand under the pillow to try and move it.
Uh-huh.
And when I had my hand down and back, this is where, so it's this rotation, whatever
Yep.
moves back, like that. So when
Okay.
I'm doing that, if it's too far back, that's where it was strained and it was right in this region. But now it feels better. But even as I'm doing that and I lean into it, I can feel it slightly reactivating,
Okay.
but not nearly as sore as it was.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So that makes sense. Like I said, I think we kind of have just a little bit of a shoulder internal rotation rotated forward as well, and so basically today I was going to have us do a lot of our work on like shoulder mobility, and then we'll get into push jerk. So push jerk meaning, like both the dip, drive, and also the catch. Finally, thrusters actually. So basically, the actual workout itself is going to be a for time workout. So a lot of times we do this, which says, hey, given 15 minutes or 7 minutes or whatever, do as many as in that amount of time. This one's going to be for time. So do a given amount of work as fast as you can. So that is just the difference between a time priority and a task priority workout. So without further ado, let's just get into it. And I apologize for like stuff out of the way because it rains a lot and my stuff is coming. I think on Thursday it'll come.
Nice.
Let's just go ahead and get some founder stretches or movements in to begin with. Cool. And let's just do about 5 of each side. Actually, I'm gonna just switch my sorry. I think you probably can't hear me. I'm just gonna switch my audio really quickly. And let me know if you can hear. Okay, can you hear me now? Still?
Yep.
Sweet.
Yep.
Alright, so you find your right stance. Legs relatively straight, hands fairly straight. Loading up the hamstrings and the hips. Externally rotating the shoulders so the elbow pits are facing up. And then allowing that lumbar curve to break here, and then re-bringing that after. So let it go and re-bring it. And we'll do about 5 or so on each side. When you finish with those, we can just go ahead and do a couple of basically toe touches with the back rounded here. So once again, first of all, and you can do this with weights as well if you want to. So I'm going to do with like a 10-pound weight, not a ton, maybe. So something like 10-20 pounds or something like that. So just these are called Jefferson curls. And I think that these are fantastic for basically any day where we're doing lifting with a bar, which is most days. So just rounding the back literally vertebrae by vertebrae, allowing us to kind of be pulled down just slightly. So this is purposefully like a really crappy deadlift. Really stretching out. We're going to go on each side, maybe 5 or so on each side. You can alternate them if you'd like. Keeping the leg relatively straight. It doesn't have to be entirely straight here. Just moving the spine joint into tighter range of motion. Allowing us to... How does that feel, Sid?
Good, buddy.
Cool. Excellent. Now, finished with that, we can do a couple inchworms. I know it sounds it's pretty formulaic and quite boring, these warm-ups, but...
Connor, I'll be right back. 1 second.
Okay, yeah, cool. So with these inchworms, we're just going to walk ourselves out here, do a push-up basically here, and I'm gonna just make sure that y'all can see me. So, walking the hands out into a push-up position, doing a push-up, walking the legs back up, standing up, and then reversing. Walk the legs back, do a push-up, walk the arms back, and stand up. So, let's do about 4 or 5 of those. All good, Sid?
Hey, you with me, Connor?
Yeah, you're right. Can you hear me? You able to hear me? You can't hear me. Okay, well, let's see. We're still recording, right? I think so. Sweet. Okay, well, if he comes back, he's coming back. Working out some early kinks here. Yo. Can you hear me?
Hey. Yep.
Cool.
Sorry,
All
my
right.
phone disconnected there.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, okay, so we were just doing some inchworms. If you want to go ahead and get some inchworms done, Sid, that'd be cool. Otherwise, what we can do is, for anyone else, we can do, if you've already done your inchworms, what I want us to start doing is kind of prepping our shoulders a bit. So let's just go ahead and do a few, and we'll reposition this lens here. Just a few, like, shoulder rotations here. And then whenever you're ready, Sid,
Yep.
you can kind of come back with us, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So we're just doing a couple of these guys, windmills, whatever. Seeing as well, how much you can actually keep your serratus anterior engaged. And so what I mean by that is this, and I'm gonna take my shirt off so you can see a little bit more clearly. Sid, I'm gonna test a new cue here to see if we can engage serratus anteriors relatively easily. So let's go ahead and have you kind of go like this. Yep, just a bit, and then okay, now cool. So then show me your wings here. Like imagine that these are like little bat wings, right? So instead of this, we're going here, right? Exactly. Yep. And so we're literally, and now we're not doing it by clenching down here. So seeing if you can kind of
Lift up.
lift the arms up, but then still allow this. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So do you feel that motion, that muscle that's in here? This is
It's outwardly rotating. It's like upwardly rotating my
yes, it's upward.
shoulders.
It's the up and flat. It's basically
And the out.
rotating the scapula flat against the back. Okay. Great. Good. And so what I actually like to do for people who are not actually used to flexing this muscle is literally just stand here and say on, off, and basically it'll kind of get you into the habit of learning what that muscle feels like. And seeing as well if we can kind of do it in such a way where we're not. All right.
Yep. It's really activating it. This is great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's funny because it's a lot simpler of a way that I've kind of talked about this before. And I think everyone sees, you can see, hey, this is the difference between here and here
I find it's easier to activate when you slightly arch your back too, because it forces the muscles to activate. Like it's easier for my proprioception when I lean a bit further back.
I think that's accurate. And that said, once you understand how the muscle works,
then you stand
it's important
straight.
to be able to feel it, in different positions. Because, for instance, what we're going to do, the reason why we're doing this right now, is because I want to do a couple of push-up practices. So actually, to figure out, so to practice the push-up, and so what we want to do when we're pushing up. So imagine I'm doing a push-up right now, and I'm on the ground, right? So imagine that I'm like actually having my hands on the ground and I'm in a push-up position, right? So the difference between being here and here is very dramatic, right?
Yeah.
Because being here is not having. So here, what I'm not having it engaged. You can see here that my shoulder blades are kind of they're not flat against my back. Here they are.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
also notice
Now
that-
I see.
Right, so this is now that my shoulders are pulled back, but it's not because I'm straining myself back. It's simply because I'm actually using my serratus anterior to pull the shoulder blade in its position, right? So
I'm finally feeling them activate for the first time, like really deeply.
Yes. So this is the
I
position that we want to do a push-up in. We don't want to be here at the bottom, which some of us kind of have to.
Is it winged right now, or is it flat?
It's a bit hard to
hard
see,
to tell?
and this is why I think it's
right now. Is it winged or flat?
So it's good. Yes, but the thing is I think you're also kind of flexing other muscles too, and it's a bit hard to tell. I also need some practice at like spotting it on other people because it's such it is the most interior muscle that we have in that area. So, so if you can check it for yourself, if are you in this position? Are the wings showing? On the sides of your back, right?
And I don't think so.
So.
Okay, sorry, I think.
So they look decent. Now the other hallmark here is that your shoulders should actually, they don't have to be, but we actually do want them relatively back. So we don't want to be doing a push-up put from this position. This is because then we're not even going to be able to go all the way down. We're going to have like by definition we need the shoulders back and down, but it's because we're flexing this muscle here, the ones that are kind of creating this little
shoulders back and then loop the I get it. So shoulders back and then
right now I can see that you're also using so let's drop the hands again. It's a little bit hard. Okay, great. Now let's go back up here. Cool. Great. So, and then basically, here's what I want you to do. So point right now. I think actually you're using, I think you're rotating your arms. So there's a difference between rotating your arms. Like I should be able to flex this muscle even when my arms are not rotated, if that makes sense.
Got it. Yeah.
So if you keep your arms, your palms down, then if you go like this, you'll recognize that it's only that instead of external rotation of the arms, if that makes sense.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is where we want to be. We want to be in this shoulder. Okay. Cool. Now from that position, and it'll take some time to kind of get this proprioception, but it is critically important because it is something that we don't really have a lot of understanding of in our general lives.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that said, what we're going to do is we're going to actually do a little bit of mashing. So I want to do some mashing for about probably a solid 6, 7, 8 minutes.
Yep.
And so what we'll do here is I want to spend most of the time on the shoulders and the lats. And then, what I would suggest as well for people is that, and for yourself included, Sid, is, do maybe 5 or 6 push-ups or so every minute just to kind of keep the blood flowing. And so what I'll, for instance, do is I'm going to do shoulders, positioning my lacrosse ball up here, rotating like that. Then I'm going to go to the lats down here and get in this area. And then finally what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the calves. So I'm going to position this and then basically get the calves here. And I think that's going to be helpful, especially for you, Sid, when we do the push press, the push jerk.
Yeah.
And so we're going to basically, what I would suggest is, everyone pick a side, pick a whatever, somewhere to start, spend a minute and a half or so, do 5, 6, 7 push-ups, and then go on to the next group, and then alternate sides, of course, as well. So we'll have probably about 7 minutes to do this. Yeah.
So I'll just switch when you switch, Connor. You just let me know.
Well, I want you to tune in with yourself. Part of what I want to try to teach is how do you determine for yourself when you need something wrong.
Good call.
And, yeah, because also you don't. Your stuff is not the same as my stuff. I might need more on the right side than the left, and you might need the opposite, for instance. Found some gnarly places, eh?
Yeah, wow. Pretty much everywhere. Oof. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, wow.
Sid, for you as well, I would actually also focus a bit on the back of your right shoulder blade.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at.
Okay.
Oh, I'm getting there. Just on the lat now. Oh, wow. Like right, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. Mm. Mm.
Maybe another minute here.
When you do your calf muscles, do you do it behind the shin or more on the upper shin or lower shin? Or do you roll the whole length?
Well, I mean, I get most of the lower shin because that's what I need. Because I need it in the soleus muscle. Some people need it more in the gastrocnemius, which would be closer to the upper part of it. For yourself, I would say the soleus.
And the upper part wraps over top of the lower part, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So the lower one kind of is like the one that's closer to the bone.
Yeah. Yeah, the one, the deep versus superficial is
The terminology.
Yeah.
Cool. Superficial. I like that.
Yeah. Nothing against it. I mean.
No, just
yeah.
it's the superficial outer layer.
I have nothing against gastrocnemiuses. I just I resonate. I generally resonate better with soleus muscles.
Ooh. So when they call it a deep tissue massage, that's what they're referring to is the deep stuff that's below the superficial stuff?
To an extent, I mean, I think a lot of times, yes. I think yes, but also a lot of times it's more like the pressure, how much pressure. Because you can still do deep tissue massage for something like a more superficial muscle layer.
Got it.
But it's just getting more into the fascia versus, just like the skin layer.
Got it.
Cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and get set up for the strength components of today, which is going to be the. By the way, Sid, is anyone on the bar over there?
Nope, I'm just about to set up.
Sweet. Okay. So what we're doing is we got every 80 seconds we're doing we're doing 3 push jerks, and so actually, you know what? I don't want to do something different than everyone else. I'm gonna literally change this on the fly. Sid, we're not doing this anymore. We're gonna do every 80 seconds 3 thrusters. So, and the reason why is because I want to do the same thing as everyone else is doing, and as I told Sid the other day, I was helping a guy get up off the ground, and he's like a larger gentleman. He fell down, and I kind of like tweaked the lower part of my back, which I was already doing some rehab on. So I don't want to do a ton of extra stuff on that at the moment. Therefore, yeah, instead, we're gonna do thrusters. So anyway, the thrusters, 80 seconds here. We don't have to get it set right now, but
How's that camera angle?
What's up? Angle?
How's
Yeah.
that camera angle?
Yeah, that sounds good. So thrusters for everyone's remembrance here. It's basically just full front squat, all the way down, all the way back up. I'm gonna go ahead and get this camera set a bit better, so I'm further back.
All the way down.
So,
all the way up.
Yep. So what we can do is with just a bar, doing a decent amount of, I would say, warm-ups here, probably 10 or so reps, spending some good amount of time like in the bottom of this as well.
How are your fingers positioned on the bar when you do this?
So fingers positioned just outside the shoulders. And then when I'm doing this as well, you'll notice I'm actually just going to rotate the bar here so we can see it. And I'll see if I can. Right. So here's my rack position. Okay. So my rack position, and this is it's taken a decent amount of practice, but you'll notice here that the bar is resting on the top of my shoulders. It's not on the front of my shoulders, like this or whatever. It's actually on the top of them. My elbows are down, and as you can see as well, my kind of wings, so to speak, are. You can see the wings. Like it's not here, it's here, right? And this is keeping my serratus anterior engaged and flat against so that my shoulder blades are flat against my back. And you'll notice as well that when I go up like this the whole time, it's continually engaged. So what some people do is they'll do it up on the way up, but on the way down, they'll come back here. So we really want to make sure that we're in a solid position with the serratus anterior engaged the entire time. So basically what that means is putting your armpits forward the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Your elbows are naturally going to drift forward as well, but mostly what's most important is that your armpits are forward. You can kind of put your elbows forward with basically rotation of the arms, but we're really wanting this rotation to come at the shoulder joint. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I think I've got it tight in, sitting on the top. I don't think I'm bladed in the back or like it's not showing the wing.
Okay. Cool. Then let's see the full thruster all the way up overhead. So keeping the weight on the heels.
Okay.
Cool. You're gonna naturally come up a bit on your toes once you kind of throw this bar off your shoulders, but we want to keep the majority of the weight on the heels for the majority of the time. So okay.
Cool.
So basically our workout here is every 80 seconds we're doing 3 thrusters for 7 of these. And so what I want to do is, let's start this workout in about 2 minutes or so, and then in the next 2 minutes, for the next 2 minutes, let's just warm up until a good starting place. The first 3 or so sets can be a little bit of a working warm up, but the last 4 sets should be, at a good amount of weight. So, sound good?
Yep.
All right, cool.
So I'm just adding 10 on either side of mine.
Okay. Yeah, good place to start. There's no huge need to rush this.
How many are we doing?
Well, you're warming up right now.
Yeah.
So whatever you want.
Maybe 4.
I think probably, 5 or 6, that's something like that, and then, go up to 10 more pounds on each side, or whatever you think is best, actually.
And we're going to do how many every 80 seconds?
7 by 3. So 3 thrusters every 80 seconds. Yeah. Cool. So we'll get started in about another minute here.
Okay.
And maybe pretty conservatively on this one for myself today. But also have a chance to kind of think about your phone as well. Front squat's looking good. All right. So I'm going to add
I'm gonna start with 80.
Okay. Yeah,
80
sounds
pounds.
great. Let's see, putting our thing on here now. Seconds, every 80 seconds. I think I got 7. Hooray. Okay, and then adding this over there. Okay, great. So, we got this. It's so 3 seconds every 80. 3 thrusters every 80 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And let me know when you're ready.
I am ready.
Cool. All right. 3, 2, 1. Go for it.
Actually, I'm gonna go to 90.
Nice. How'd that feel?
Really, really nice.
Nice.
Yeah, nice and smooth.
Very cool. In the interim as well, other than changing plates and adding weight or whatever, I'm also going to be doing a little bit of lacrosse ball work. I find it's nice to kind of just do, if I do have some time. It's like, where'd my lacrosse ball go? Did my lacrosse ball run away? Okay, if I do this in there. I think it literally.
Okay.
All right, second round. Oh, it's right here. So what, you're at 90?
Yeah.
Cool.
Brought my notebook now since my
There we go.
my whiteboard hasn't arrived yet, so I'm
I
starting
mean,
to take notes.
notebooks honestly fine, and frankly, if you, I think notebook is good for like categorizing workouts like this.
Yeah, I
Whiteboards
think it
are
might work better with me.
for like quick, like during a really intense metcon when you don't really want to like think about your, how good you're lining up against the letters and stuff, or the lines.
One.
Here we go. Good.
And when you're doing your lacrosse work, are you just working on your shoulders?
No, for me, I'm doing my lower back.
Yeah. Good.
But I usually I just generally pick the point, the one spot that's the most sticky, and if I got 30 seconds to spare, I may as well do it.
I hear you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Nice job, Sid. Okay, 4 rounds done. 3 more. Do they have 2.5 pound plates at the Bodhi Tree, right?
2.5 pound plates. Yes.
I'm wondering if you went up to 95, I bet you could. You don't have to accept the challenge, but I think you can do it. And it doesn't have to be this round.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump
3,
on the next.
2, 1. Two more. We should be pretty good, actually, almost ready to do the workouts. We're relatively quick after, so we're probably only going to have like 2 minutes or so between the last round and when we start for that Metcon.
Yeah. Got it.
I just want to also keep you on your time. I think, if you want to go your thing afterwards
I did.
as well.
Yeah, I did want to be on that minute.
All right. Round 5. Or we're at round 6 here. Coming up. 3, 2, 1, and go for it. Nice. There we go. Good job. Did you add those 5 pounds on?
I did. I think I'm going to
Sweet.
finish on 100.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. That's no joke, man. All right, last round coming up. 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Nice. Did you finish on 100? Woo! That's awesome, dude. That's write that one down. Cool. So, the workout, 10 to 1 of thrusters, what we just did, and push-ups. So for you, Sid, I would probably maybe go to like 75. So a decent amount lower than this, but not too late. And so if you're at 75, I think that would probably be a good metric. What we want to have is, certainly for the first round or two, these should be quick. These should be, all the way done with the full 10 reps. And then we're going to go into push-ups, right? And so, once again, and I don't have my shirt up, but you can see, that I would have my sort of serratus interior engaged all the way down, all the way up. Try to keep it in mind. And also, it's hard because proprioception is difficult for these types of movements. But we're going to do 10 thrusters, 10 push-ups, 9 thrusters, 9 push-ups, 8, 8, 7, 7, all the way to 1 of each, and then you're done. So we're going to have basically an 8-minute time cap. So, and I'll just write that in here. So like 8 minutes. So basically what I'm going to do is I'll have a timer, and well, I don't need to write it in there. You guys just heard it. But we'll just do a timer. Actually, I think we got one already, so this is perfectly fine. I'm just gonna go like that.
10,
okay.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yep, exactly.
And can you show me a thruster one more time?
That's exactly what you just did.
Okay, perfect. We're just going down in weight.
Correct. Yeah, we're just going down in weight. So we did just more weight for the strength component. Same one as this one. And then push-ups all the way down, all the way up. Make sure to lock it out. And also, when we're on the ground, we also want to make sure that, you can see this. Well, it's hard to see. But anyway, the point is I'm not up like this, and I'm also not down like this. I'm really keeping my torso and my legs straight. What I like to think about is flexing the glutes. So flex the glutes without arching the back. So that will allow us to keep that straight posture, and so we don't kind of cheat on that one. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Cool. All right. This is interesting. This says it's in preview mode. I don't know what that means. Is it, back to live mode? Oh, this is weird. Okay, so for whatever reason I was in preview mode for a short time. Anyway, okay. You got it?
Yep. I'm with
Sweet,
you.
man. All right, so 10 to 1, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Gnarly, eh? Whew. Good shot, Sid. You got it. Here we go. You got it, Sid. Here you go. Nice job.
Let's extend this time cap. If you want, we can go to 10 minutes. Where are you at?
4.
4, yeah. Let's keep going. Eight minutes was a bit ambitious. Here we go. Good job, Sid. Good. All right, you got it. One, 2, all the way up. Good. 3, good. 2 more. Get 2, here you go. Right on it. Nice. 1 more. Good. Good. 2 real quick. Nice. All the way down. 1. Good. Good. Last one. Sweet. Here we go. Boom. All right. Woo! Very good. That was awesome. How was that? Yeah. Certainly a gasser at the end. Doesn't really start out that way though. It kind of still starts out like a muscle fatigue, yeah, at least for me. Awesome. Good. So, we're wrapping up. I know you got a thing in 2 minutes. Are you okay? You can go now if you want.
Yeah, I think I should probably make my way there for a little warm down.
Okay. Well, you are also going to yoga right now, so like that's also legit for like an actual warm down, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. But regardless, what I was just gonna do is say, hey, let's do a bit of a break with our. I think a lot of times, you know, lats can get to be the limiting factor for these thrusters. So what I was going to do is basically for the last little bit here is just spend 1 minute kind of just draped over a bar like this. You know, we'll spend a minute in this position and then we'll actually invert ourselves so that we can stretch the shoulders out as well. Very good job. That was a hard one, man. Good job. And that's more weight than you've done on thrusters for an actual workout ever. You usually do 65.
Nice. Wow, we're making gains.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, 10-pound PR on your squat earlier this week.
Yeah.
Cool. And then when you're ready, you can kind of do the same thing. Put the palms over the bar rather than under the bar. And basically, just open up the chest here.
2 minutes.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so basically on a barbell, you can kind of see I'm
I'm
basically
on my way
here.
up, brother.
You're gonna head out?
Yeah.
Cool, dude.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, dude. No worries. Text me later. Have a good one.
Okay.
See ya.
Ciao.
Okay, so last minute here, we're gonna just, like I said before, palms over the bar. Really just stretch out these shoulders. They got a lot of beating today, so you know, consider that. You know, especially for most of us who have grown up all of our lives in a bad seated position. This type of, like, for all of us, our anterior deltoid and our pectoralis these guys are usually tight. And so the more we can kind of stretch that out by like pulling back like this or up like this as we were doing before, the better. So I find it especially helpful post-workout, and to whatever extent you can, if you have the proprioception for it, see if you can engage your serratus anterior as well, because it's going to help you stretch out when your shoulder blades are flat against your back. If that doesn't make sense yet, at some point we'll get there. And don't worry, it literally took me months after I was already doing CrossFit for 12 years, because it's something that we don't really think about all that much. Anyway, I think that's it. Thanks everyone. We'll see you later. Bye.